All right, Robert De Niro. I guess you would say estranged wife was looking to take half of his five. Well, Robert De Niro won't have to shell out 500 million divorce settlement. Now, I don't know how much he's worth, but I guess he wanted half of whatever he's worth. And I'm guessing they saying he worth damn near a billion or $1 billion. So let me see how much he worth first before I give out false information. Okay, he worth 500 million, right? So she wanted half of that 500 million. If my memory serves me correctly, he won't have to shell out half of $500 million. But thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, all my social media links, subscription, all that good stuff. So check out the music entertainment playlist, right? And every day showing you why you shouldn't get married. At least I think at a certain point in your time, man, you should get married. I mean, when you're done doing what you're doing, everybody's age is different, but I think like 45 should be an age to get married. People say, well, I can't. Well, you're not going to, most marriage couples don't have sex on a regular basis anyway. Marriage is a business decision for women. It's a hell decision for men. It's a business decision for us, but we don't get nothing out of it. And if we take half of somebody's money, we looked as a bum even by our own peers, other males. And like I said before, what's the point? But we read the title. Somebody zoomed in, which I thought I was zoomed in. I wasn't. We see this. It says Robert De Niro, obviously the actor. Remember Heat and Casino. I'm gonna keep going on and on. Won't have to shell out a ton of cash with his estranged wife, Grace Hightower, in an ongoing divorce settlement. According to Atlanta Black Star, the judge recently denied Hightower's request to be rewarded with cash stemming from the Hollywood's actor's fortune, an estimated 500 million to be exact. The Godfather star has amassed millions not only from his lengthy acting career, but he also has invested cash into a bevy of well-known restaurants and businesses across New York City, including the Tribeca Bar and Grill and the Greenwich Hotel. Okay. The husband's income earned during the marriage and other business assets acquired during the time are his separate property, the court ruling stated. Hightower won't be walking away from the split totally empty-handed. De Niro will cough up $1 million a year in alimony to his ex-wife, but that's as long as she doesn't remarry until either she or the 71-year-old celebrity passes. So she is getting $1 million until she passes or he passes first. According to the report, he must also give Hightower $6 million towards the purchase of a new home. Okay. The former couple had previously been married for 24 years following their rocky divorce. Battle that began back in 2018. Source close to Niro say that the actress' controlling ways prompted their contentious split. Okay. She busted his ball, quote, she busted his balls and controlled his finances, film production company, and had all kinds of rules he couldn't live by. The confidant told Ebony in 2018, Grace micromanaged him to death, and he deserves a medal for sticking out so long. Damn. Okay. Story continues. Source added, quote, with both of their names on so many charitable projects, she wanted him to look respectable in the public eye, and that meant shaving regularly, getting a proper haircut. He loves to go native and go hang out with his pals like Marty, Leo DiCaprio. Niro reportedly also had to call from the set twice a day, like he reported for film duty. Look, man, let's read this before I get my opinion. Oscar attorney argued that Hightower's extravagant lifestyle was caused behind their strained relationship at the time of the court filing. De Niro claimed he was drowned in tax debt. The Golden Globe recipient legal team also argued that Hightower thirst for Stella McIntyre and diamonds were forcing the star to overworking himself. De Niro 77, and while he loves his craft, he should not be forced to work at the prestigious pace because he has to, said attorney Carolyn Cross of the New York City judge. Quote, when does this stop? When does he get the opportunity not to take every project that comes along and not work 6 days a week, 12 hours, so he can keep pace with Miss Hightower's thirst for Stella McCartney? Okay, what is Stella McCartney? I'm poor, so I'm sorry, y'all. I'm pretty sure the women gonna know. Okay. So so she like Stella McCarthy. I'm lost here. I'm lost. Oh, it's a luxury brand. Okay, it's a woman though. Stella McCartney has always been an advocate for animal welfare as her own luxury fashion brand. Okay, it's a luxury fashion brand. And she's 50. Okay, she's from the United Kingdom. She's been married since 2003. Shout out to her brand. Shout out to her brand and much success and more wealth from our brand. Now, okay, let me tell you this, bro. Okay, I'm gonna take her side for a minute. Not because she's black and I'm black. I'm an advocate for man, but I'm an advocate for being objective and being right down the middle. So, when before you got with her 24 years ago, let's say before y'all married, before y'all married, right? She didn't show any signs of being controlling when y'all was married, before y'all got married. Was she controlling before y'all got married, or wasn't she? And if the answer was, well, she wasn't, at one point in the marriage did she become controlling? Because what your spouse or your significant other, whatever you call yourself, whatever you don't nip in the bud in the beginning, that's a lesson learned and that's a fault of yourself. So if you got a woman and she's I don't know, let's say you don't, I can't say smart mouth because women all got smart mouths, most of them, but majority of them, like 99.9. But let's say you don't like her, like let's say y'all had a savings account. I don't know, let's say y'all had money, you don't like her, keep going into your money, you say stop. You got to really cut into her like you got cut into a coworker, like, man, stop my money. If she don't stop, get rid of her. And if you're not going to get rid of her, put her out your house and just, use her as a casual friend, but get rid of her, honestly. You nip that in the bud. If you're a woman, you go out with your potential husband, your boyfriend, your male friend, and you be like, man, open the door, pull out my chair. That's a requirement. And he don't open the door and pull out your chair, then we have a problem. He don't, clean out. He don't do gentleman things. Then that's a deal breaker. Let him know. And if he doesn't do it, you gotta break it off. And when you get older, it's hard to find people that you can kick it with, people that you can be casual with, you could potentially marry. It's hard to find people. That's why people be going after married people, because obviously they got something that they were granted the gift of marriage with, if it's a gift, right? So my thing is, when did she become controlling? If it was from the beginning and you seen signs where she was controlling, you should never have married her. You should have nipped the marriage right there in the bud. Honestly, at 77 years old, what was he met her in his early 50s. And maybe he met her in his late 40s or early 50s, and they married in his early 50s. But if you didn't like the way she was being controlling, could have saved yourself $6 million and $1 million for the rest of her life or your life. You could save that money. There are deal breakers. And if being controlling wasn't a deal breaker for him, then that's something you signed up for. Straight up and down, that's something you signed up for. That's something that you could have nipped in the bud a long time ago. And you always make your significant other work. Unless you got the trillionaire Tesla type of money, Elon Musk type of money. And if she ain't working, you make sure she work out to say the same fit woman that she once was. You know what I'm saying? You make sure she take care of those kids. You make sure, she clean that house. You make sure she still, because other than that, if you marry someone just because, she lay on her back and she gets good sex, I can get good sex 7 days, seven times, 7 days a week. I can get that. You got to marry somebody that your son can be proud to call a mother. You got to marry someone that can protect what your daughter's going to be. You got to marry somebody that has your best interest, that actually loves you, and that's a friend. Friendship is the beginning of an eternal marriage. Without friendship, if we can't be friends, if we can't be intimate on the friendship level before I whip it out, before I penetrate it, before you jump on my face with it, jump on my waist, then we can't be friends. If we can't be friends and we don't have things in common, if we don't think on the same level, or we don't kind of have a good train, come on, it's not gonna work. But her being controlling, that didn't pop up out of nowhere. That didn't. Her thirst for Stella McCartney, whatever her name is, that didn't come out of nowhere. Dr. Dre said he was tired of his wife spending all this money. So he broke it off. He said he was tired of her just spending all this money. When people start complaining about money and money getting funny, that means they might be starting to get low. And he's nearing a fixed income type of deal, damn near. He's entering almost an age where at any time now that other than he can't get out there and do movies no more. See what I'm saying? He's entering that realm. Like at any given moment, I'm gonna have to live off what's coming in from my businesses and what I've already made. And that's what women don't understand. Women, her thirst for Stella McCartney, that's natural. Women like to spend. You can give a woman everything she wants: car, house, paint the room, but they just want to keep spending money and 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 money. That's why you got to get you a woman that's cheap, but they hard to find. Few in between. They love to spend. It's hard to save money when you got a woman around. I'll tell you that. Girl, teenager, daughter, they expensive. Men, we low maintenance. We're able to live. They talk about men living that, where they air mattress on the floor and a TV on the crate. We are able to live simple. Do we need that push to kind of get that bed and kind of, get that self-help and health? Yes, we need that push, but they push it is an eternal momentum. It's great momentum. And like I said, every city crying about this, other than her being controlling, and you got to strap your nuts on. You got to control a woman. When a woman try to be controlling, you got to put her in her place right then and there. And I tell you this, that'll make her box wet and that'll make her respect you. Being aggressive and checking the woman, they like that shit. They like that masculinity. They like that. When she said, well, you need to do this, you can't go to the club. Like, who are you? I can do what I want to do. Shut up and have that ready when I come home from the club. Make sure you have that lingerie outfit I like on. They love the way you talk like that. I remember I had a friend, not to venture off, but in video coming to conclusion. I remember I had a friend, right? We was in college and we was having a conversation. And he was saying that, his mother and grandmother, he was from upstate New York. He was saying his mother and grandmother, he grew up in the church. And he was saying that it was hard for him to disrespect women and kind of be, he didn't say this word, but kind of be assertive and kind of, because women especially if the women they know what they like, but if they don't notice you or you deal in a situation where you got to be assertive and you kind of got to dog them out a little bit, he just didn't have that in him because the way he was raised to respect women. He just couldn't be that aggressive. I won't say aggressive. He couldn't be the type to put a woman in his place. And when we was having that conversation, he said, how can I do that? And that's what women like, especially young women. They love to kind of, they love that dominance is the word I'm looking for. They love that dominance. They love that put you in a place. They love that. But then again, you got to get a woman that's your speed. Everybody want a bad bitch, but the bad bitch come with debt. You got to get a woman that's going to raise your kids like Denzel Washington said. He said his father told him that looks don't raise a kid. Put it up right now. He said, my father told me, quote, her mindset will raise your children, not her body and good looks. Choose wisely. Get a woman that, you know, that mentally then that you can handle. You know, she started doing like that, and you put your hands on her, then you in trouble. Then you label the woman beater. So that is what it is, man. Let me know what you guys think. She got a sweet deal. They nearing the twilight of their life, which so who knows, you know, when it can end. But she get $1 million every year until he passes or she passes. She gets $6 million for a home. So I mean, at 77 years old, who needs a $6 million home? She don't even need, depending on where she want to live at. She doesn't need $1 million home. In California now, yeah, like it's expensive. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all my social media links in the description. If you want to advertise on the channel, video quest, chop it up, whatever it may be. Want to make a financial donation? Appreciate those. Cash App, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. All my social media links there. I appreciate the love, support. Check the music, entertainment playlist out, and current news playlist out. More videos like this. One time for the one time. Peace, and let me know in the comment section.